Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Saturday Works. I hope you enjoyed your rainy day experience playing board games. I heard through the grapevine some of your teams played Monopoly for 2 hours. I remember being a little kid loving Monopoly. I could play it for 16 hours. I took my Monopoly very seriously. But again, I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you enjoyed your hot chocolate and your yummy treats. I wish I was there. Sounds like a perfect rainy day kind of session. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that. So we're moving into a new phase, ladies and gentlemen. So this should be a lot of fun. So let me give you something to keep in mind. Bancroft Middle School is actually a performance art magnet school. So again, it's a performance arts magnet school. So what's really exciting and cool about this phase, it's performance art and comedy. So the kids are going to get a chance to really, exercise their acting skills, their creativity, and so on and so forth. So it should be a lot of fun. It should feel very appropriate for the school. The kids should be engaged. It should just be a good time. So without further ado, I'm going to explain this Saturday session, but I wanted to give you guys a quick few reminders really quickly. So remember, you don't have to do all the activities that we're proposing, so keep that in mind. Spend time talking to your kids, so don't forget, when you guys are doing your word of the day or doing your question of the day, spend some time talking and hanging out, all right? So focus on that talking and focus on getting to know your kids. I know we provide a lot of activities for you, but we use the activities as just prompts for you guys to kind of dig in and get to know your kids, all right? So just some friendly reminders. We don't have to do all the activities. Let's talk when we can talk and hang out and really get to know, special things about your kids, their hobbies, their interests, what they like to do on their spare time, what are they going to do after Saturday Works, maybe what they want to be when they grow up, are they going to college or whatnot. But really start investing at this point in time of the program year and getting to know your kids and really building those relationships. And then use these activities just to have some fun while you're getting to know your kids. All right? Well, enough of the housekeeping and the friendly reminders. Now, let's talk about being creative. So, we're starting off this session. Your word of the day is creative. Woohoo! And that was my poor attempt at being creative, as you can see. But the word of the day is creative. And creative can be so many things. We can be creative in so many careers. We can be creative in the things we do on our off time. So anyway, the word is creative. We can come together as a group and be a creative group and do some very powerful things. But that's your word. We've got to have a dream. We got to have somebody who's creative to make anything in the world happen. All right? So that's your word of the day. Creative. Your question of the day is kind of, go with me here, whereas as I was talking about what your careers or what you do. The question of the day is a cool one. Would you rather have a job that you really love, but only make minimum wage? I'll tell you my answer. No. The question of the day is, would you rather have a job you really love but only make minimum wage, or have a job that you hate and make $200,000 a year? Wow, that's 6 figures. That's a doozy. But good conversation to have with your kids. Like I said, I know my answer. I'll tell you later if you guys want to know. Give me a call. But that's your question today. Would you rather have a job that you really love and only make minimum wage, or would you rather have a job that you hate and make those big bucks, 6 figures, $200,000 a year? All right, so now here's our energizer of one of our activities we're going to do. You're going to choose one student from your team to be the birthday person, all right? They're the birthday person. So mentors, ask the birthday people to go outside, keep them removed, sequester the birthday people, because now you want to work with the rest of the team. As you're working with the rest of the team, you're going to have the remainder part of your team, the remaining students on your team, to choose an occupation, right? So they're going to choose an occupation. So, just to give you the simple version of this, what the birthday person's going to have to do when they come back in is guess everyone's occupation, all right? So that's it in a nutshell. But anyway, have your kids be creative in choosing their occupation. They can be an actress, a firefighter, a farmer, a postal worker. Just make sure they don't go postal when they're, acting out their postal worker. But anyway, those are just some examples, all right? So the birthday person comes in, everyone is role-playing, and, they're a farmer. You can walk like a farmer. Do farmers really walk like Probably not. But anyway, I'm being creative. So, you know, they'll choose a career and then they guess. So as the birthday person is guessing their careers, then they have to take a seat. And he or she has to guess all the careers, all right? And then you can, you know, do it again and do it as many times as you want. But this might be a fun way where the kids get into and they, you know, they want their chance to kind of guess or role play. But that's it. It's called Party People. All right, so that's your first one, Party People. Your next one, I'm going to call on a very special guest. Some of you might know who she is. She is the program coordinator for our Teamworks program. So you guys,
Hey
this
guys.
is Natalie. Say hi to Natalie.
Hi everyone, hey Saturday Works.
So now we're going to do line of mimes. And you guys remember group art where someone in the front had a picture and then, you know, we went down the line and people were drawing it on each other's back and so the final person had to hopefully have the same image as the beginning person. Very similar, but this time it's more like miming and pantomiming. So you're going to have your students stand in a straight line facing each other. You know, you can do the setup however you want, but they got to be facing each other in order for it to work. And I'm essentially, I'm going to pantomime something. Natalie's going to try to guess. I can't talk, I have to do it silently. She can't talk, she is allowed to ask me if I can do it again. But no yes or no, am I on the right track? None of that. Very minimal verbal cues or talking is allowed, more pantomiming and so on and so forth. So after I pantomime it, she's going to guess, she's going to do her best guess, and then turn around, right? So now just for the purpose of it, she'll turn around and then pantomime it to the next person. And we'll keep going until it gets to the last student, and then again, hopefully the reveal is the last student will have the same, you know, cue as the first person, all right? So here we go. So I'm going to demonstrate really quickly, and Natalie's going to try to guess what my pantomime, I'm going to look at my list here and see which one I want to do. All right, Natalie, I hope you're ready.
Oh gosh.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Okay, was that the whole thing? Making pizza?
All right, Natalie will now turn around
Okay.
and try to give it to the next person.
Okay.
All right, give her a round of applause. Great job. Actually, Natalie, you were right. It was making pizza.
Nice.
I was actually, you know, pulling in the Jersey Shore when they went to Italy and they were making pizza. So that's it in a nutshell, you guys. Making pizza, and there's a bunch of them that are really cool and fun. For example, we've got, where are my examples here? Riding a roller coaster, gardening, doing laundry, ice skating, going through a drive-through. Do drive-thrus even still exist? But anyway, those are some examples. All right. Now your next activity is your main activity, if you want to call it your main activity, but it's really creating an infomercial. All right, so your students are going to get some odd items. We've got coffee filters, they'll get scissors, tape, markers, bendy straws, popsicle sticks, aluminum foil, balloons, and construction paper, right? So you got all these random things. And here we go. They got to be creative again, and they're going to come up with a fun infomercial. There's a little structure in creating this infomercial, just so you guys keep it in mind. And here's your guide. You guys in your handout will have a guide. So first of all, they want to decide on their product, right? So they'll identify their product, who it will help, how much it will cost, who the consumers that should buy it, so that's like the need, coming up with a jingle and a slogan. And you guys, we tested this out over the summer and it was hilarious. Our kids in the summer program came up, a boyfriend in a box. It was appropriate, but it was hilarious. Anyway, they thought that was a need for middle school young girls who had boyfriends. But it was really fun. So buy it now. Is there an extra item they'll receive if they buy it now? You guys know all those infomercials. I look at them all the time in the middle of the night, especially on the weekends. They always get my attention for some reason. You know, do they got the call now? And so on and so forth. So, you know, setting it all up, then, you know, you want to make sure you assign some roles because we want to keep every kid engaged. And you'll have a director, your main spokesperson for your infomercial, or the main characters, your script writers for the infomercial, the audience or the interviewees, because you know how they go out and they're like, hey, they're out on the sidewalk somewhere and they're interviewing someone and they're giving their testimony how fabulous the product is, life-changing. So then they can begin with some questions and some promises about this product, maybe some research statistics, so you might want to pull out those phones. In with statements that the buyers love the product, and payment details and warranties and guarantees. So think it through. So you might want to do some homework Friday night or early Saturday morning before you come out to Saturday Works and look at a couple of infomercials to help guide the infomercial. All right? So just some stuff to think about. Just for kicks, they're like the pajama jeans that are $39.95. They look like denim, but they feel like PJs. The bumpies, I'm not the audience for the bumpies, obviously, but that's to put the bump in your hair. The Snuggie, that one's really, really famous. I own a Snuggie, and so does my dog, and so on and so. All right? So that's it at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Those are all the fun activities. As you see, they're all kind of performance related. It's all about creativity, which is your word of the day. And don't forget about this. Though we're giving you all these fun activities, don't forget about this. It's about the relationship, the relationship, the relationship. So come to Saturday Works ready to get to know your kids, keep yourself open and available for the kids, get to know your kids, cultivate those relationships, and come ready to share your heart and have fun on Saturday Works. It's Will signing out.